sand and surf meet city life, a place where historic names like Kalakaua and Kuhio meet modern names like Hilton and Trump.
It is arguably the cash cow of our state because just about every vacation to Hawaii somehow involves Waikiki. And tonight, it's a new installment of our very popular segment. KITV4's Ann Sterling takes us to Waikiki. It's where you live.
It's sundown on Waikiki, and tourists gather by the hundreds at Kuhio Beach.
It was beautiful. Hawaiian hula and Hawaiian culture touched me inside.
To some, this is Hawaii. To Hawaii, this drives our economy. Waikiki is where sand and surf meet city life. You can find world-class hotels, the finest restaurants, and hottest night spots.
Well, that's a good way of putting it. Big city feeling in a smaller environment, safer environment.
Waikiki is not only a magnet for business and tourism, for many, it's home. Making traffic tie-ups and parking problems a part of everyday life.
Parking is a that's a fiasco over here and stuff, you know. For example, you have people that park on the Alawai. On Monday and Fridays, if you sleep in and miss, your car's going to be towed.
It's sad that people don't come down here, because when you come to Waikiki, you get past the traffic. You find your parking place and put your toe into the beautiful ocean.
The many sections of beach in Waikiki stretch about 2 miles. Right near the middle is the Royal Hawaiian Luau. The hula shares the story of Waikiki. It's hard to imagine, but at one time there were no hotels here. The area was mostly marshland.
It was quite a marshland with a lot of fish ponds and rice fields. It wasn't what it is today, with lots of cement buildings and modern accommodations.
Years later, in the 1800s, Waikiki was the place where royalty hung out. It started with King Kamehameha, who, like many other kings, enjoyed surfing.
And I think people forget that Hawaii brought surfing to the world. It's so modernized now.
The Waikiki we know started taking shape when the first hotels started popping up. The Moana in 1901, the Royal Hawaiian in 1927. And as the story goes, next came the Beach Boys.
That's probably the most safe post you'll have in the water in Waikiki is the Beach Boys. But they have a long history, and all of them are very avid surfers and swimmers. They have a strong sense of being here and just taking care of the people that visit.
And it seems the Beach Boys know everyone who work on this beach.
Hey, Gilbert, I'm in. Gilbert.
You could say for Michael Achoy, being a beach boy is a family affair. His 2 older brothers were Beach Boys too.
This was Disneyland for us. We didn't want to do anything else. We didn't want to go anywhere else.
And they didn't. Michael and his family grew up in Waikiki. In fact, most of his family still lives here today.
All this used to be houses.
Achoy took us back to his childhood home.
The bus stop.
It's a bus stop, unfortunately, yeah. But you know what? The house might not be here, but the memories in my heart is still here, so.
More and more homes gave way to hotels, all in the name of progress. And with growth comes big city problems. Waikiki has one of the worst prostitution problems in the state. And the homeless problem plagues the area.
I have friends who are homeless, you know, and I feel for them, yeah. I feel for them, whatever choices that they made or whatever disabilities that they have.
In a crowd of hundreds of people, it's not hard to spot the homeless on the streets of Waikiki. Right now, the mayor has numerous initiatives to try and solve the problem. But many locals worry, along with progress and growth, Waikiki could be losing what makes Hawaii, Hawaii.
What's deteriorating that I know for sure is the aloha spirit on the beach here.
He believes even the staple of Waikiki, the beach boy, is a dying breed.
To run a stand, I mean, you got to have a lot of money to put in a bid. It's very difficult making a living on a stand over here, or for the old-timers, yeah? The way the policies and rules are now, it's easy to get a surf instructor license.
Surf stands are scattered all over the beach, and it's been said competition drives people to succeed. But Choi says some things need to be earned and not bought.
I know one beach boy, he's been here since the 50s. 15 years he was a second captain, and it was the pecking order. You needed to earn that. It's not given.
What is given? The beaches that make up Waikiki are some of the most famous beaches in the world. A bucket list destination, a place to surf, snorkel, paddle, and people watch. But with constant change, will it always be the economic engine of the state?
I see maturing tourism markets on the neighbor islands, and it may become where the neighbor islands will be competition for Waikiki.
As a new day begins, the sun and the sea embrace Waikiki as the South Shore community continues to try and strike that balance between change, progress, history, and aloha. Ann Sterling, KITV4 News.
So many changes and so many more that will come.
Yeah, and I love seeing that old video. You know, you never get tired of that before and after. That's what's so great about this series, is we really delve into the history. And so many of you, of course, have your own remembrances of Waikiki. So head to our Facebook now. We're going to put that story up and share some of your Waikiki memories with us.
Now, tomorrow on KITV4 Morning News, why some say Waikiki is not the only gold mine on Oahu, but is the reason many tourists travel to the neighbor islands as well.